Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy hump day. Welcome into the morning hookup. Bill Hooks. Yes, Elijah Herbal. Widely on the ones and twos on a beautiful Wednesday morning. Hope your Wednesday's up to a phenomenal start out there. You hot? Well, you're dressed like it's December. You can't see Elijah, but he's in like a little hoodie. It was jeans. Hard pants day.
It was somewhat chilly in here yesterday. Okay.
Well, this is a day-to-day thing in here. Because we control nothing, right? We control nothing.
No, we don't have our own thermostat.
No. It's across the way. But they control it. We control nothing. But you are dressed, man. On a typical day, I'd probably say, well, it's summer. One Elijah Herbal needs to do some laundry. He's out of shorts and t-shirts.
Actually, I went to a local sporting goods store yesterday and bought some more pairs of shorts because I needed some.
Oh, here we go.
I cannot believe how expensive shorts have gotten since last time I purchased shorts.
You don't even know. It's crazy. It doesn't matter. Everything's expensive right now.
Yeah.
But you look at shorts, you're like, wait a minute. Wait a mintte. For one?
I'm like, $80 for some pairs of shorts?
Yeah.
Is that for one? Or I get like a BOGO or something.
Like what?
Bouncing back
what
here?
What science technology have you added to this since last time I purchased
Nothing.
Shorts? Because it's roughly the same amount of material. Nothing about this material seems special.
I have no shame in it that I will buy my clothing at Walmart or Goodwill.
Hey,
I don't care.
No shame. No shame there. But it's a unique. It is. I agree with you. So like I say that a lot when we're buying. It's like, wait a minute. Last year, like nothing has changed about these shorts or this shirt or these golf pants. It's the same pant. But obviously there's something in the world that makes it 20% more currently right now. But welcome in. Beautiful day out there. We've got a lot to get to. Boy, NHL Game 1 recap coming up. My goodness. If you missed that, you missed a classic. Game 1 classic.
Yeah, if you hate goals and excitement, that probably wasn't the game for you.
Yeah, you should have been like knitting or something last night, doing something that would calm your brain down, but we got that. Husker Hoops, Coach Fred Hoiberg spoke yesterday. We'll get into that a little bit. Talk that. We have Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan coming on today. We'll talk hoops with him as well. And we got NBA Finals Game 1 tonight going on, as well as softball World Series starting tonight as well out there. So, and stories that we missed and a whole lot more. But Game 1 last night, my goodness. You didn't have to wait long. Because here's the deal. If you weren't prepared and ready, or you look down, or you're like, puck just dropped, I'm going to go to the bathroom, or I'm going to like refresh my drink, you missed it. 25 seconds in goal. And you're like, oh boy, here we go. Carolina off and running. The third quickest goal in NHL Stanley Cup Finals history to start off a game.
It's wild that was only third.
I want to look up. I didn't look up the rest because I'm like, well, how did you get it? How could you be any quicker? did the ref like throw the puck down that way? Yep, there it is. But the third quickest in history. Also, the first time in NHL Stanley Cup playoffs history that within 30 seconds, 2 goals were scored in the game in entirety. First, and then I believe in the third, there was another one that went as quick. This was an interesting game last night.
It's an interesting stylistic matchup.
Yeah, it was.
I'll be honest. Whenever I saw Carolina jump out 2-0 early in that game, I went, okay, yeah, it's about how I thought it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina's got the offense. They get pucks on net. Here's the goals. Vegas, I'm not sure they have the offensive firepower to keep up. And then I was immediately proven wrong.
Few defensive lapses for Carolina in this. Vegas capitalized on a lot of them. I believe in the second, you thought maybe the tide had turned. Well, 2-0, 2-2, 3-2. Vegas goes 3 unanswered to get that to 3-2. And then came the still controversial icing call in the second period, which led to a face-off on the end of Vegas, which led to another goal to tie this thing up. In that one, you thought, all right, Carolina's back. They seized control. They took the momentum. Vegas is a resilient hockey team. That's the word I came up with. Resilient. Been there before. Playoff mindset of the players they have on that bench, on their lines. This is a team that never backs down and will never back down in these environments, because that environment last night was next to none in Carolina, as Carolina now only loses their second playoff game. this year. 13-2 right now. I just can't go to the excitement that was going on. Like, I was sitting there last night.
Did you guys
watching
hear the I think it was Pittsburgh television accidentally broadcast the start of the game last night. They didn't get the commentators' audio feed. So those that were watching on the ABC affiliate in Pittsburgh just got the raw audio from the crowd with that early goal. Electric Factory is what that place was. But then to have Vegas storm back and score 3 straight unanswered whenever I had questions about if they'd be able to hang in this series. And you saw how they did it, where it's Carolina kind of speed getting out, getting some odd man rushes, getting pucks on net that way. Whereas here's Vegas just grinding, forechecking in the offensive zone, long stretches with the puck, putting pressure on Carolina. Couple of good passes leads to a goal. The different styles is interesting, and Vegas looked so confident in themselves to remain patient. But even whenever you're down 2-0 and Carolina's speed is giving you some trouble, they're remaining patient. They're grinding. I mean, same way they did against the Avalanche, and obviously the Avalanche didn't have the offensive success last night that Carolina had. But kind of that same game plan of they're going to grind you. They're going to make it really tough for you to get into the offensive zone with just 5-on-5 hockey. And then whenever they have the puck, they're going to grind you down and make it a big chore for you to try to get out of your own defensive zone with the work rate and the physicality and the grind that they show down there.
Something I noticed in this one as well, and again, you guys have watched a lot more hockey than I have, was how precise Vegas was. And what I mean by that, Carolina is very fast and physical, maybe not as technically sound. Vegas's passing in this game one last night was exceptional. As you see Carolina being a little more loose with the puck in transition or finding the open shot. Because last night, you kind of had a little feeling you felt a little bad for the goaltenders because it was optional at one point. You know, there were a few times on both ends they were left on islands. But Vegas was very crisp with their passing. It's just something I noticed. Like there weren't many pucks that got pushed up the ice or in the zone that left their sticks very long.
Great way to put it.
Very precise. Where Carolina can get up and down, but a lot of deflections off their sticks as they're in transition. It was a little sloppy from that perspective. But Vegas just looked poised, experienced, crisp passing. And when time came, they were the most composed team. They killed some penalties at moments. Carolina killed some penalties at moments. The last 2 minutes, obviously, is for me watching hockey when there's an empty net is the most exciting time in all of hockey. Carolina only got maybe one shot in 2 minutes. How the experience of Vegas's defense with an empty net came to fruition for them. I think that for 2 minutes, the first minute and 15, minute 20, the puck was barely in the zone for them to have a chance.
Did you see the block with 10 seconds left, where they get a good look from the point? It looks like they showed the back angle for one time. It looked like it may have been headed towards net. I don't know, or maybe just slightly wide. But Vegas gets bodies in front of a good look from the point, shuts it down, blocks it out wide, and wins the game for him. You said something important there. Experience. I think that may have been the difference in game one. Vegas has been here and done that. They didn't let the emotions, and so many times, I think if a team goes down 2-0 early in the Stanley Cup Finals against a raucous visiting crowd, they're not going to fold, but that self-doubt starts to enter of, okay, maybe tonight's just not our night. Look how Carolina started this game. Vegas has that Stanley Cup Finals experience to sit back. They didn't panic in the slightest.
Not one. You never saw it in anything they did.
They knew there's still 50 minutes of hockey left to play here. And what do? They turn around and score the next 3 goals and take control of the game. Fun game one, though. That's the best way to put it. It's just
I think at one
game
point,
one.
me and my son looked up and said, he was like, Dad, look how many shots on goal there are. I think there were at that point 30 plus shots on goal, which probably being a hockey novice watcher of the game most of the time, that seemed like a lot. 30 plus goals between the two teams on goal.
That's what I was going to That's what I was going to ask. Do you think that continues in the rest of this series, or are some like major adjustments going to be made? Because this is more so Carolina's style of play, right, rather than Vegas's.
I tend to think, and again, this is just any postseason, any type of series that you play, whatever sport you're in, you tend to think game one is like you're playing a little checkers. You're trying to figure out the moves. And then in game two, the chess match starts to get played. The series really begins because you start learning about, because I think you look back for Carolina, I'm going to sound really smart here, but I read a lot and I kind of noticed it as I was watching because I tend to watch and read at the same time about what the hockey experts are saying throughout the game. The front line, the first line of Carolina, not very good last night.
No.
That was the key. And that's their best, right? Like your line, well, the first line's your best line. That we went Jarvis and I can't.
Stankoven.
They weren't very good. So I would bet that there was something Vegas might have done in that Carolina maybe wasn't ready for. That Carolina's going to take a hard look at that number one line. So I think it's checkers game one. It's like everybody, there's excitement, there's the emotion, there's the fans, there's all that. Now let's let this series start. Vegas did what they need to do.
Oh, yeah.
They stole game one.
They stole home ice.
Home ice is, yes, now, right?
Just win your home games and you win Stanley Cup.
They did that, and they put the pressure solely back on the favorite. Carolina now has got to come back and figure out the chess match of game two and try to get that one at home.
I also think one more X factor for me moving forward in the series, neither goalie had a great night.
No.
Neither goalie had a great night. I think part of that's the feeling out process of figuring out how another team is going to be playing and operating in the offensive zone. And we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. The fact that I thought Vegas was going to need a great goalkeeping performance to keep them in this. Well, you got two rough goalkeeping performances last night. Vegas comes out on top, which means good things for Vegas that they were able to find a way to win, even whenever their goalie wasn't great. With Hart, I don't expect that to continue.
No.
I expect goals to continue. I don't expect goalkeeping performances like that. So how does that play a factor as those two guys settle into the series, figure out their offenses?
If we get those performances, I'm in for all 7 of those. Let's just get 7 of those. We're getting 9 goals a night. I'm in for that. So good stuff. Boy, electrifying night in hockey. So, all right, let's take our first break. Before we do, though, hey, good morning, Flood Extend. Good morning, Todd. Todd, happy birthday. He says, all I want today is a birthday wish from the morning hookup. Happy birthday, Todd. Hope you get the day off to enjoy maybe some outdoor activities. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, happy birthday, Todd. Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk some Husker hoops.
It's funny. I had this bachelor trip this weekend. We got the schedule, and it's actually both. It's a joint bachelor trip and bachelorette trip, all under one roof. It's really funny. We got the
loves in the air.
We got the schedule sent out.
Oh, you got a schedule?
Well, the girls have it. It's funny. The girls are like, go to farmers market, get coffee, go shopping. That's like a 6-hour time block.
Like
the guys are sleep in, hang out? Question mark.
Yeah, it's free time.
Yeah. What's cool to do is one of the simulators.
Oh, you got
the bar in there.
Yeah, okay. Today's not good. Wednesday night followed by 8:30. Yeah. Turn against lead. Yeah, Elijah out Friday. He's going on a little batch. By the way, tomorrow, we'll tell you this when we come back too. Brian Munson, Thursday. As that was whole part of the communication with Brian that we weren't going to call him yesterday. We're going to have him Thursday. We called him. We knew he wasn't on.
Did you know when you get tossed in this league that you are then suspended for the next game as well?
That might be worth it for a league game.
Yeah.
His head coach got tossed last night.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like that's most baseball now. I could be wrong on
I
that.
could look ahead and see, boy, if I could get tossed for like from the 4:30 game, looking ahead that it's the 8:30 the next weekend, that good?
Elijah, I just want to make sure this is the sign for safe,
Yeah.
and this is the sign for out.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Apparently, yeah. This is fun.
Pickoff play at second. He signals safe and then said that he called the runner
I
out.
called him out. There's video evidence.
So,
Huh.
to which we then argued, and then he said, "One more word, you're gone." And
I'm
then,
not gonna argue with you.
Sounds like you could handle that a little better.
We had a call over the weekend, which I don't even mess with umpires. I ask questions.
Mhm.
That's I just want a question. And again,
Which is the right way to go about
we
it.
were sitting there, and I'm not. We looked at everything. I'm not gonna get into it. Never. It's your call. It's your call. I'm gonna ask a question. If there's maybe a referral, can you ask and talk? We had a kid literally break almost. He broke down like 2 steps after first, and he out. Like, wait a minute. It was so like, I guess, obvious that I'm like, I don't know how to ask a question to that one. Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. Happy hump day. Middle of the week already. It's gonna be a beautiful day today, too. Again, happy birthday, Tom. Thanks for hanging out. We're just talking about umpires in the middle of on the stream. If you want some good stuff, want to hear what we talk about, and it's non-sports related, most likely in the stream, go to YouTube, subscribe to the Morning Hookup, Facebook, check us out. Drop comments in.
We can, Elijah's tips from an umpire.
Yeah.
How to get yourself ejected from a baseball game.
Yeah, that's the next topic. Yeah, how do you get yourself ejected? I always say about the umpires, I just ask questions in a very non-accusatory way. I just want to ask the question. And a lot of times on the balls and strikes thing, I ask my catcher,
Yeah.
hey, are you set up outside? And not to be a jerk. I'm like, hey, what are you setting up at?
I've gotten better with that.
Because it's almost, and it's like, listen, the zone's a zone. We have to adjust. Umpires are not going to adjust. They have what they got. I don't want to, this antics. You can come sit beside me. It is what it is. My only thing with that side is hey, look, it's both ways. If it's low zones or whatever. But I was always like that. We had a call over the weekend that literally you saw kid hit first base and break down 2 steps after. And I'm like, I don't know how to ask this question. So I just let it go. Like, I don't know. Not an easy job. And I don't like getting tossed. That's bad for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you do want to get tossed,
have you ever been in a situation as an umpire?
Statements.
Have you ever been in a situation as an umpire that, like, I think this way in life too. I teach, like, whatever. If you make a decision, stick with it, no matter what. At least you made a decision. You ever been in that situation where you're like, I might have missed that, but we are where we are. We're going to keep moving along.
I just explain that to the coach.
Huh?
You just explain that to the coach.
That was on me.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I'm sure I'll say it again. I'd love to have instant replay at our level of baseball where I can go back and take another look at that.
Oh, they have Game Changer and videos.
Oh, we're still not allowed to look at that. I would love, and I say this to coaches a decent amount whenever they're upset with me. Coach, I wish we had instant replay where I go back and take another look at that, but we can't. I made the call that I made. We got to move on. There's a chance I made a mistake. I won't know until after the game.
I'll let you know later. I just think
umpires are going to make mistakes. They're going to make calls that you disagree with on bang plays. Look at the highest level of umpiring with the MLB and with college. Look how often they get overturned. It happens. They're not always going to be perfect. And you sometimes got to explain it to a coach. Coach, there's a chance I made a mistake. If we had replay, I wish you could take a look at it, but we can't. I made the call I made.
Is there also in the world of YZ was saying about situation he had last night, head coach gets removed or asked to be gone.
Some would call that
Is
ejected.
there a statement? Yeah, ejection.
Some would call that ejected.
Just trying to like ease a way into it. Is there a phrase that we should all know when it's time to be quiet? Because in that instant, hey, one more word. Is that it? You're like,
Oh yeah. If you hear the one more word, that means
you guys taught a phrase?
Not specifically, but
Coach, I always go with the hand. If I see a hand go up, I'm like, I'll see you. Well, wait for you to forget about it. See you in a couple innings.
mine's that's enough.
That's enough. Okay.
If I go, that's enough. The thing is, and we are the analogy that is used for us in umpiring is sometimes you gotta. It's a terrible analogy, but you'll get where I'm coming from. Is if you pull out your gun, which is your warning, or that's enough, or one more word, you pull out your gun and you don't use it.
Oh, that's a bad deal. You better use it.
Exactly. So that's where it comes from. Is you got to understand when the umpire is pulling out their gun.
I know when I pull out my gun at home, are we done? I look, I go, you done? And that doesn't go well.
Mm-hmm. So just listen, and every umpire is going to be slightly different with how they do it. Some will give you an official warning. Some will say that's enough. Some will say one more word. But whenever you hear the umpire pull out the gun, you'll know.
I kind of want to be petty when they go one more word, I go word. No, I would never. It'd be kind of fun to see what the reaction would be. Word. Like he's grinding already.
I would not like that.
Would you laugh? Would you chuckle just a minute and go, but you're out of here?
If it was you, I don't know.
Word. Speaking of getting some word, what is happening in Huskerland hoops? We'll get into some digging some other hoops stuff, like what Fred talked about. But did these dudes get together and decide they're gonna get engaged? Like this is all set up. Like, hey, you do it, I'll do it. No, then you do it.
That's gonna be
I'm gonna do. I'm taking June 1st. You got June 5th. I got June 8th.
I was just gonna say,
and then you're gonna get married on June 10th.
We can all do one big joint bachelor party.
How do we save money? Can we use? Hey, by the way, whoever does it first, can you leave the blanket on the beach? And we'll just change out the pictures.
Yeah. For those that are in the dark, we've had engagements from Price Stanford and his girlfriend. We've had Cale Jacobson and Bergen Riley, his girlfriend. Oh, I should say fiance now. And then we had Sam Hoiberg as well last night.
And then and Linhart got married.
Linhart, yeah.
And Jody Fromm's pregnant. What? As Coach Forbes goes, love is in the air. Good for them. It's maturity. Basketball season will be mature. Fred did talk a lot yesterday. His, I guess, what call it preseason summer presser that we get every year from the coach. I think it's interesting, this big one, because we talked yesterday about the schedule, right? With not yesterday, but yesterday, Tuesday, with Robin Watts about the schedule. About they're really trying hard to get this home and away, and it's not easy. Question being for you guys on the schedule thing. I know we're trying to make a big, not us, not national, but I guess locally people are trying to make a big deal like why this, that way. I started thinking about it. I don't think it matters. Maybe from the national perspective to get your name out there to play these games. But Fred and staff, based on the way their schedule has, let's just call it, been pretty easy non-conference, has put them in position to win in the dance. So is it necessary that we have a Kansas City against Missouri, a national home, or is that just a branding deal for Nebraska?
I think it can help you with those early Big Ten games once you get those real tests. I think it can help you there. But the branding's important as well. I mean, the answer could be it's important for both. I don't necessarily think you want to be the team going into the tournament with the hardest strength of schedule, though it'll get you some love from the committee's eyes. I'm not sure that's great for you. You want to have a team that's confident, and depending on how good your team is, hey, so if you're a top 3 seed and you got the hardest schedule in the country, that could be good for you, that you're battle tested. I think for most teams, you'd rather be that team that's riding high with a good record, a lot of wins under the belt, the confidence going into the NCAA tournament, and the confidence going into Big Ten play. But there's a correct line to ride there depending on what your aspirations for the season are. If it's Nebraska 4 years ago and you're just trying to build confidence, build some stability within a program, going and stacking non-conference wins against poor opposition, probably good for you. But as you are a team that reaches higher and higher aspirations, I think it's better for you to be playing those early season non-conference games that really test you, because it's the test, it's the time of adversity that build the character within a team. I don't think you learn all that much about yourself. You build confidence, but I don't think you learn all that much about yourself by beating up on some directional school.
I think
you learn a lot about yourself playing a power conference team, like that game against Oklahoma at the Pentagon last year.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska learned so much about themselves that day. That was one of the games. It was that game, and there was the Creighton game. So they're two different styles of game. The Oklahoma game was the game where you learned a lot about yourself.
That game, I thought, you know what, is that Price was that dude.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's the one. Like Price is that dude.
I think you also learned this team found themselves. I mean, was it down by 10 early in the second half, and they come all the way back to win? Like that was a theme that you could carry through the year. This is a team that you saw it against Indiana. You saw it multiple times. Whenever it felt like things weren't going their way, late against Vanderbilt, you saw it late in the season as well. In an important time of year, whenever Vanderbilt had some momentum late and they come back and tie the game up, and you go, oh boy. Whenever Iowa comes back on you at home on senior day, ties the game up, sends it to overtime. Yep. This team, you saw early, I think they learned it about themselves, is that they were willing to battle through adversity, and it started with that Oklahoma game. But then the game that built the confidence was Creighton.
Oh, big time.
And
big time.
It should be noted that was not a directional school, though Creighton was a little down last year. But you see the value in both of those types of games, the confidence building type of games and then the adversity type of games. There's value in both. And I don't think you want to schedule one exclusively because you're not going to get that other side.
Yep. I think one schedule versus the other one has more pressure. The way that Nebraska has scheduled historically with Fred Hoiberg, less room for error. Less room. Because if you look at their getting to the tournament those few years, they had 0 bad losses, right? On the other side, if you're getting these Missouri, whatever the case is, those games, I think it gives you a little more room for error to drop one of those, because I think the way it's been done is that we've all sat in this room going, boy, look at that schedule. You can't lose any of those games if you have any chance of getting to Selection Sunday, not on the bubble, because you can look back and go, oh, they lost right? Look at the 10 Miles days. They lost to so-and-so. They lost to Sanford at home. That's a ding on their resume. Now, if you get a tougher schedule, you look, all right, they dropped a neutral site game to Missouri. They're like, all right, you got more credit.
Well, I asked this question to Robin yesterday. Like, you look back at Fred Hoiberg's Iowa State years. Yeah, he scheduled tough in the non-conference. You look at the early season or the early tenure Nebraska stuff. He had more cupcakes than a children's birthday party on that schedule.
Did. Yes.
Like, it was cupcakes everywhere. It comes down to what your goals are with a team. And I think the Iowa State years, whenever Fred knew he had a good team, he was trying to build some togetherness, see how a team battles through adversity. Whenever you're early in the Nebraska tenure, you don't need to be battling through adversity. You're going to get enough of that in Big Ten play. Your team's not very good. You're trying to build confidence going into Big Ten play to give you a reason to believe that when the adversity comes, this team has something to fight for. Yep. So, and I asked this question to Robin yesterday, like, does it show you what Fred thinks of his team to see how he's trying to schedule? And I would say that answer is absolutely yes, because you look back at his history. When he's had good teams, he has tried to schedule tough in the non-conference. Whenever he's had teams that have been sub 500 in conference play, he's trying to build that confidence. He's scheduling cupcakes. And what do you see this year?
I want to get it tough.
He's been ramping up the competition level for non-con. I think that tells you what Fred thinks this team can be. And I think Husker fans, it shouldn't take Fred Hoiberg scheduling tough for you to know that this team could be pretty good next year. I think you can see it based on what last year was and kind of how these roster pieces fit together. You never know till the season starts, and that's why you see what they're going to be against good competition. But I think the way Fred is trying to schedule this non-conference schedule should give you confidence for what you can be in 2026, 2027.
Yeah, he talked a lot about some of those new guys as well yesterday and really highlighted Lenhart when you look at it, because that's the one spot for this team that we've all been pretty bullish on is the point guard. And Sam and Jamarcus, what they brought. But he said yesterday, the quote was, exactly the type of player we were looking for in replacing Sam Hoiberg. That's the key. I think what you're going to get, I'll be interested to watch that position. And again, no knock on Sam, no mark on Jamarcus. But getting a point guard at that height, that physicality, not only to have a great assist-to-turnover ratio that you're looking for, but one that can get to the bucket and score. And you look like he's an actual scorer.
And no offense to Sam.
No.
He was not Fred Hoiberg's ideal point guard.
No. And that's not knock on his kid, his son. It's just the position.
This is not Elijah saying, man, Fred's only playing Sam because he's his kid. No, it's not. Sam turned himself into a very, very good basketball player that you couldn't keep off the floor. But in an ideal world with what Fred Hoiberg wants from his offense, it's not Sam Hoiberg.
No,
it is not. It is not
6'5" and physical.
It is not a pass first glue guy. Yeah, he wants 6'5". Look at Delano Banton.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Sam Griesel.
That's more what Fred wants. He wants the big guy that can get downhill, get to the lane, create chances for himself, put some stress on the defense. And hey, Sam did a great job, man. Like as a ball handler, his development was incredible. To be able to be that 5'10" guy who's able to get into the lane, take it tough amongst the trees, like awesome, good for him. Fred would rather have a 6'5" guy that feels a little more natural amongst the trees.
We've said this before, and multiple people have said this. Like this team will look like a Big Ten team. Fair?
I think it's fair to say finally. That comes down to how big of a job Fred Hoiberg had.
Because you talk about guys that you're going to round, the newcomers, right? You look at them with Linhart, Orm, Kapke, those types of guys. You're going to run out looking like a Big Ten team, and people are going to go, wow, right? Because a lot of last year was, I think we caught a lot of people off guard a lot early on, and then we became a known commodity of the way our style of play, that you weren't going to outwork that team. This is a team you're going to run and go, it is a perennial size-wise Big Ten look of a team.
And it's not just size, too. There's multiple guys that, well, we don't know the starting five yet, but you can put together a five in your head. They're all 3-level scorers. They're not just scorers; they're 3-level scorers. They can shoot from the perimeter. They can put the ball on the ground, and they can go to the rim. That's scary when you have multiple guys that can do that. Last year it was pick your poison on defending at the 3-point line. Now it's pick your poison on every single scoring aspect of the game. You have 6+ guys that can score in multiple ways.
And they're big and athletic.
Damon
Wilkinson, 6'10". Kapke is going to be in that range. Very high on Sam Orm when he said fits us to a T with his size and 3-point shooting. We hit 40% last year and a high volume shooter.
Look at are you going to have the 7?
I did the same.
I know. I'm prepared though. Are you going to have like the Purdue 7'3" monster on the inside? No, probably not. Closest thing you got's Leo Curtis, about 7'1", which he's got development to do. We talked about this with Robin yesterday. He's got a big opportunity in front of him. But what your starting lineup could be, we're looking at probably Trevin Linhart playing the point for you. 6'4". Who's probably going to be playing the 2 for you? Braden Frager, 6'7". Playing the 3, we're probably looking at Price Sanford. Any guesses?
6'6",
6'7",
6'7".
So
I didn't want to say it.
So you're going 6'4", 6'7", 6'7" with your backcourt. Sam Orm stands 6'9", 6'10", somewhere in there. And then your options at center would be a 7'1" Leo Curtis. You have Bowden Kapke, who stands 6'11".
Yep.
Like, are you going to have that true Big Ten monster 5-man? No, but 1 through 5, you're going to be taller, bigger than a lot of the teams you play, which is Big Ten code.
I would also say that big man, that's not what the league is like anymore either. Like, who's going to have that guy, that stand down in the middle center? Purdue typically has one of those, but most teams in the league don't. That's a gone commodity of that type of guy. Now,
but the teams that do have it, tend to be near the top of the conference.
Yes, but in that mix, Nebraska, the way most teams are going to, they're going to have, hopefully, the way they shoot it, will pull that big guy out of the middle and unclog that lane.
Playing 5 out. Yeah.
Yep.
Another name we even mentioned that's probably playing the guard, Taj DeGorville, 6'5". There's a real possibility like the shortest guy you're playing with in the rotation next year is Cale Jacobson.
And he's 6'2", 6'3".
Listed at 6'4". I'd probably put him closer to 6'3".
Yeah. 6'3" might be your smallest guy that gets off and gets going. Because the season's what? What's his season? 6'4"?
Season's 6'1", isn't he?
He might be your guy.
Oh, no, he's listed at 6'4". I didn't think he was that tall.
I thought he was taller. Yeah.
Really?
I didn't realize that.
Season 6'4"?
I didn't. Well, I'm thinking he's probably 6'3", but I didn't realize that. And I was at the.
To be fair, Sam Hoiberg's listed at 6 foot.
I was at the baseball game and Connor was there. And I'm like, whoa, he's a little bit taller than I thought. out there, because he did provide some stuff on that as well, because those would be 2 questions, right? Reporting that all 11 will begin, and he's 90% sure that without restrictions. Price is back making cuts. Connor season dealing with some pain right now, he said a little bit, but expectation would be that because it's Sunday, they go out Sunday, June 11th. It's all the medical evaluations, yada, yada, yada. June 11th is when they get started. I thought interesting what he provided as well was the way that they can use their 8 hours of practice each week now. They used to be dictated 4 and 4, 4 workout, 4 on. Now the NCAA says you can use those 8 any way you want.
Fred Hoiberg's kind of 8 hours of 3-point shooting.
That's all we're doing, boys. Line up.
Get in there.
They're going to walk into practice every day, and it's just a 3-point contest of racks. So what we're doing for the next 8 hours this week, we're going to stretch, we're going to shoot, and that's it. Could see that'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
Well, he talked about it with us whenever he came on the air. Is Nebraska, what was their ranking as a 3-point shooting team last year? Top 15 in the country.
15, yep.
And he wanted to be better than that. He's got his eyes on this team being a top 5 shooting 3-point team in all the land.
Well, think about the sets he can create with this team too. We saw some of them last year where he had designed things for Price, and he probably had a lot more up his sleeve with guys like Asijan and Oogie in the lineup that he couldn't do, and it was mainly focused on Price. Now you can run sets for multiple different guys at a time. That's scary for a guy like Hoiberg. This is like giving a mastermind new toys and like, hey, let's see what you can do with this. He's going to draw up some crazy stuff next year.
When it's going to be vital that he does that, because now, I mean, not now, but everybody knows about Price Stanford and what we're trying to do there.
Yeah.
Again, Nebraska was hampered a few times last year, not having, I don't want to say multiple scorers, but at times you're like, we got a couple, right? You got 3. Now, if you look around and the way it's built, you might have 5 dudes on the floor at all times that can score. Because the entire country, our entire schedule, they'll scheme a lot around Price. It'll be up to others, the 4 others, or whatever given night to take that pressure off, to get Price his open shots, his looks. But he doesn't need much space anyway. You've seen that release. It's pretty incredible.
Well, think about this. Starting lineup, the one I've laid out for you. You started off with Trevin Linhart at the 1. He shot last year 36.8% from 3, and he's over 36% on his career from 3.
And that's like the bare minimum for Fred. Yep. It's like 35.
We'll go to Frager. Last year shot just over 35% from 3, though he was streaky.
Yep.
Sanford, 41.5% from 3.
Woo!
Sam Orm playing the 4. If we round up, he's at 39.7% from 3, so a 40% 3-point shooter. That's 4 shooters you got to take care of. Leo's, I think, only attempted 1 3-pointer in his Husker career, maybe 0. But he shot it pretty well back in high school, which different level completely. I'm well aware. But I mean, we got 3 3-point shooters all shooting north of 35%. Does it matter how well your center shoots?
Which are really hard to defend at their size. It's harder to defend a 6'7" 3-point shooter when you got 3 of them on the floor.
And let's Kapke shot.
Kapke's like 34, 30. He was in that range, I believe.
Yeah. They didn't have him shoot a lot, but he could knock him down.
Especially Kapke's release is really hard to defend. I don't know if you guys have seen his shooting form. He shoots like above his head. At 6'10", good luck getting a hand up on that.
Probably 33% last year.
As his his freshman year at Butler, he only averaged just under 1 per game, but shot 41% from 3. And then last year, whenever he was shooting almost 3 per game, was essentially going 1 for 3. You'll take that. Enough that's probably the guy you sag off of, but it's still a guy that you don't feel too comfortable sagging off of. And think about how it opens things up for Linhart, your point guard, if you have 5 guys that all need to be defended at the 3-point line.
Summer workouts, they're coming for Nebraska. A lot of good insight. More to come with the schedule, most likely, how that impacts this development of this team. It'll start looking different Husker fans. This is going to look different, I think, than last year. Be a different look. The old 5 out will really come into play with this type of team. There are going to be problems for a lot of teams that won't encounter what they think is a problem with this type of offense. You might get a little less defense, but get a lot more offense.
I think the defense is going to be fine.
I think they'll be fine. I think
it'll
be
maybe a little less, but it's not going to they're not going to go from a good defensive team to a bad defensive team.
No,
I would not expect this team to be a team that needs to go win 101-98.
No, this will be an 85 point. Like, I don't know. Let's say they're an 85 point per game on the offensive side, 79 on the defensive side, maybe 80, roughly. No, that's throwing the challenge out to Nate to defend.
I think they can be better than that.
It could be.
It could be.
Could be.
I don't think it's going to be a huge step back defensively. The size that you bring defensively is going to make things tough.
Speaking of needing no defense, let's take another break. When we come back, we'll preview the NBA game 1. Don't expect a lot of defense in this one either tonight. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more when we return.
No.
That'd be fantastic if he did. It'd be funny.
I'll save this for the stream because I didn't want to sound too offensive. Think about what your defense can be if you have more of a stopper on the inside than Rink. And that's no offense to Rink.
No offense at all.
That is not a stopper at the 5. An eraser might be the better way to put it. I think you have a guy in Kapke that can be a bit of an eraser on the inside.
Well, Kapke's going to be a guy. Wilkinson, too. We kind of didn't gloss over him. He's going to be really efficient around the rim at his size, 6'10"-ish.
Taj de Gorville.
He's a good assist
turnover and
doesn't shoot it great from 3, but he gets to the
good defender. He strikes me as a guy off the bench that you bring in whenever name your stud in the Big Ten starts knocking him down.
Oh, I can't wait for that today. Good morning, Shane. Todd says he's working. Man, something in the water at the university, apparently, or at least in the frat.
Love potion number 9.
Snitz, what's up, Jeff? He said we may finally have some depth at the 5 that all can all contribute. I think so. Welcome back to the morning hookup. Thanks for hanging out with us. A few more minutes left in this first hour. The NBA starts tonight in the finals. Feels like an NBA song that they play like when they're like just running up and down the court with the lack of defense. That's it. Tonight, Spurs. Yama Nick on a historic run in the playoffs where they will just over a 19-point differential in their games. Will meet, and they'll be in the finals for the first time in 26 years. Spurs, been a while for them as well. You look at that, it'll be 7:30 start on ABC. Do we have to talk any further than the stars of stars in this one? It's about Wembanyama.
Yeah.
And Towns and Brunson.
Well, yeah,
and I think more so Wembanyama than anybody else.
Yeah, does New York have a defensive game plan to stop Wemby without double teaming? If you have to go send a double to the post, first off, Wemby can still score through a double team because he is 7 inches taller than whoever's probably going to be coming over to double team.
Mm-hmm.
But secondly, do you have? I mean, Karl Anthony Towns, is he up for the challenge?
I don't know if he has the footwork still at this level.
And is Robinson still hurt? Mitchell Robinson?
We don't know.
Yeah, question mark.
So it's like if Towns is out there, who's behind him? If Towns is out there for 40 minutes, whew, good luck.
Well, with Mitchell Robinson, I will say your pinky's a long way from your heart because this is pinky surgery, right?
Yeah.
Though in basketball, if you were going to be, I mean, you play with your hands a lot, so I get it. But also, this is the NBA Finals. Is there something you can wear to throw over that pinky?
I don't know. It's the playoffs. It's the finals. Look at what we're experiencing and with the hockey last night. Overwhelming favorite Carolina gets beat. These games have to be played, not to overlook your opponent. Throughout these, obviously, we just said it. It's not. Wembanyama's the factor. That's it. That's just it. And the Knicks are, in my opinion, one, how do you stop them or contain them? I don't think you stop them in this series. It's one that they just got to contain them. And on the Knicks side, how well are they going to shoot the basketball? They're going to launch 1,000,000 threes in this series. What does that look like?
And can they keep falling like they have been? Because they've shot like an unprecedented percentage so far in the playoffs. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's been a number that's hard to sustain. So if they can keep that up, it'll give them a shot. But I don't know.
I know we're all going, how does this happen?
And of course, because we all think that Knicks are going to come out and be up by 20 tonight.
Right now, the Knicks, by the way, are shooting. This is an incredible. Let's see, field goal, 3-point field goal percentage. They're shooting 40% from three in the 14 games in the playoffs. That has been their deal. Brunson's been really good in the playoffs. You got a lot of guys playing a lot of minutes on the Knicks side, so it'll be also how does it get contributed from the bench on their side? Right now, Brunson coming in 27 points. OG almost 20, Towns 17, Bridges 15, and then Hart at 11. After that, it's the 5s and 6s on average points.
Well, and I love the way the Knicks have constructed their roster.
Mm-hmm.
The problem being they don't have a Victor Wembanyama.
Sorry, nobody does.
Jalen Brunson is great. And I think the pairing with OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, it works really well. Does it still work really well whenever there's a 7'3" monster on the other side that can pull up from 35 feet?
Nope.
That can dunk on anybody in the league?
Well,
that can go block your big man 6 times a game? Like, he is such a force on the inside that completely changes the equation. But like, if I was to go, like, what's the better constructed roster? It's probably New York.
New York.
It's probably New York. Hat tip to their GM. He has constructed a championship type roster. But you've done it without a first team all NBA type guy. Brunson's maybe the closest that you have.
Now what Becky Harmon said.
The Spurs have the dude. They have the face of the league for the next 10 to 15 years on their roster, and he's chasing his first ring.
They've got the dude, and then a bunch of dudes that are playing well around him and that are healthy. Dylan Harper, Castle, Fox making tons of contributions after not for a while. Vessel off the. I mean, you just got a lot.
If there's one thing working in the Knicks' favor, I think it's, well, maybe two. They've won 11 games in a row, and also they haven't played since May 25th. Their legs are rested, and the Spurs did just come off of a Game 7. So there's that going for them. But still, everything still goes back to Wemby.
Yeah, let it also be known, Cleveland,
right?
That ain't the Thunder.
No.
the Spurs should rightfully have some confidence
surprised.
coming off the conference finals.
A little surprised by the line tonight. It's 4.5. I'm a Spurs guy.
I'd look on that Spurs side as well.
Coming up.
Especially because it's in San Antonio.
Yeah. Coming up, Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. We'll talk Husker hoops, NBA. A lot of stories you missed. We'll have a special caller, too, for Henry. He doesn't know that yet. I've been texting with somebody. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
For you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
One simple act of kindness can make a big difference. Join Connoisseur Media to support the People's City Mission on Friday, June 19th, starting at 10 a.m. during the all-day Gimme Shelter event at Hy-Vee 84th and Holdridge. Come on out and hang with Pastor Tom. Take a selfie, drop off a water donation, and collect a special edition T-shirt courtesy of Artifact Screen Printing and Embroidery while supplies last. There's more info on the Gimme Shelter event and other ways you can help at pcmlincoln.org.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Get fantastic deals on ceiling fans when you shop at Menards. A quick install ceiling fan from Patriot Lighting will make your ceiling fan install a breeze. They're loaded with extra features designed to help save you time. Plus, we offer a great in-stock selection ready to take home today. Save big in our huge selection of ceiling fans. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
When you choose new flooring, you don't want to wait for weeks or months to enjoy it. You want it installed right away. Hi, Steve Carper from O Street Carpet. We hear stories every day about long waits and installation charges way higher than necessary. When you choose O Street Carpet, we'll measure free, install right away, and at a much better price. Stop in, shop now. Proud to be Lincoln's choice for nearly 50 years.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street and ostreetcarpet.com.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A new development in that hostage standoff we've been telling you about all morning. It's been going on at a bank in Bakersfield, California. Here's ABC's Alex Stone.
According to law enforcement sources, the situation is now over. All of the hostages who were inside the Chase Bank building in downtown Bakersfield have now been rescued by police and the FBI, and the suspect, sources say, is dead. This went on for many hours. A man went into the building yesterday and claimed to have a bomb strapped to his body and was holding hostages. 2 came out last night. A short time ago, others were seen coming out as it all ended.
ABC's Alex Stone. Votes still being counted in the California primaries. It could take more than a week for them to finish. The Supreme Court clearing the way for the GOP to use a congressional map that a lower court ruled intentionally discriminates against black voters.
The bottom line is this is the culmination of years of litigation in Alabama. It is now removing one of those 2 majority black districts, a seat held by Democrats, and is the latest indication now now that these race-based politics, including those that protect minority voters, are starting to give way to a new era.
ABC's Devin Dwyer. The job of finding a job was a little easier last month. ABC's Jim Ryan has numbers from payroll processor ADP.
122,000 positions opened up, with 8 out of 10 sectors that ADP looks at showing gains. Education and the healthcare sector led the hiring spree with 57,000 positions. The payroll processor says median annual pay is now at $61,500, a 4.4% increase from May of last year.
Some of the New York subway stairs have been painted orange and blue as the New York Knicks travel to San Antonio to take on the Spurs in Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight. The Dow is down 389 points this hour. You're listening to ABC News.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
2 recent vandalisms being investigated by LPD. Good morning, I'm Jeff Mode. Sunshine at this hour. We have 77 degrees at KFOR. Crime Stoppers from Lincoln Police this week takes a look at a couple of vandalism cases, one of which saw a rear passenger window to a vehicle smashed out and the door handle damaged, while a brick was found in the back floor of the car. This happened early on May 15th in the area 13th in New Hampshire, according to LPD forensics technician Becky Keller.
Check out LincolnCrimeStoppers.com. We've got a video posted. Around 1:30 a.m. that same night, a man approached the victim's front doorbell camera and began explaining that he and his friends were drinking, and then the video cuts out.
Another vandalism happened May 24th, where a man was seen vandalizing stop signs with spray paint near 46th and L in the middle of the afternoon. Again, details in these cases can be found at LincolnCrimeStoppers.com. An update about that missing inmate from the Community Correction Center Lincoln on Monday. On Tuesday, though, investigators from Lincoln Police arrested 34-year-old Amanda Ekman and booked her in the Lancaster County Jail. She was missing Monday after not returning from a job seek furlough. Her electronic monitoring device was found near 44th and Superior. She was arrested and put in jail. In Lincoln, 46 years ago tonight, the weather was summer-like and quiet, but 90 miles west of here, it seemed like the sky was falling on the people in Grand Island. It was June 3rd, 1980, when a supercell thunderstorm complex developed and spawned 7 tornadoes over a 3-hour period that tore through and around Grand Island, killing 5 people and injuring 200 others. Grand Island's South Locust Street business area was hit the hardest by an F4 tornado. 5 people again killed. The tornadoes were the basis of a 1984 children's book and a 1996 made-for-TV movie, both called Night of the Twisters. Sunshine today, still a slight chance of thunderstorms, a high of 84 this afternoon. 30% chance of thunderstorms later tonight, a low of 65. 50% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, and a high of 85. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
Hi, this is Jason Ball, President and CEO of the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce. With summer approaching, the Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development is excited to kick off Campus LNK, a program designed to connect Lincoln interns to the community, offering them a stronger sense of what it's like to live and work in Lincoln. Campus LNK connects Lincoln's interns from diverse industries, backgrounds, and hometowns, engaging events and networking. The goal is to make their out-of-office experience just as enriching as their work experience. This year's events begin on May 29th at Sun Valley Lane, continue with a 3-part coffee and connection series, and will conclude with an end of summer social. The program engaged over 300 interns last year. It is open to interns across all industries, and there is still time for the Lincoln business community to get summer interns registered. For more information, visit the Campus LNK page on selectlincoln.org under the Connect with Talent tab. Thanks, and have a great week. LNK page on Select.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. FloodX 10 said, I was convinced winner of the West was going to win, but for some reason he feels like he's got the Knicks in 7. Also says Mitchell Robinson is big X factor on
I think Timothy Chalamet is the X factor in the NBA
Oh,
Finals. What type of juice does he bring from his courtside seats
that are going to cost him?
I do like Chalamet. I'm not sure if you've seen him. He is like a true fan. Like I know you have in New York, you also have Celebrity Row. Timothy Chalamet does strike me as one of the guys that was acting crazy in the nosebleeds as a kid going to Knicks games, and now gets to do it courtside. So many times, it's worse in LA than New York. You see Celebrity Row, and they're more to be seen.
I was just going to say that LA is the scene to be seen in, unless you're Jack, the dude. But New York is like you're like fans. They've been doing this for a long time. Tracy Morgan,
Spike Lee,
yep,
Ben Stiller,
yes,
Chalamet. Like Chalamet, he gets into it courtside.
You feel like this is
he,
one of
he
those.
does strike you
yeah.
as like one of those crazy nosebleed fans that just happen to get courtside seats for a game and is like living it up. Good for
Jesse,
him.
how do you feel like you're rooting in this one? If you're not a fan of either team, like you're rooting interest, like you got a unicorn on one side with a very. I think both these organizations are. I think the Knicks are. You got the whole history right behind them. It's historic, but then you got a very. And again, I'm not saying the Knicks are not, but you got a very classy organization in San Antonio. Right, go back to the Pop days and the way that organization was ran. It's a clash of, I think, two different styles of organizations. Where tonight, we've talked about this, about what that San Antonio crowd is going to look like and feel like. Because they do it right. The stripe outs, they bring back the old colors of the Spurs. Anticipate at these games, you'll see, I bet you the Duncans, the Robinsons, the old players from the Spurs days are going to make their way back to San Antonio to be a part of this. Same thing on the Knicks. You've seen Ewing already been there. Is Oakley allowed back in New York yet?
I don't think so.
I didn't know. Because the last thing we saw was the lasting impression of him being escorted out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't escort legends out.
I do have one quick thing to share here before we get to team, because I was talking Chalamet. I knew this was out there. Have you guys ever seen whenever he won the New York Knicks ticket giveaway with Landry Fields?
No.
They did like a podcast back in the day, and they did this giveaway that was, hey, we're posted up somewhere in New York City. They were like dropping clues, and they said first person to find us gets free tickets to the Knicks game tonight. The winner was a 12-year-old Timothy Chalamet.
What?
Ready?
There you go. You called it. You knew it.
There. So he true fan. He was
incredible.
Psycho as a kid. Grand Central Station. He went and found 2 Knicks players and got himself some free tickets.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, should we welcome Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan?
Is he there? Is he there? It's our guy.
What's up, guy?
Henry T. Buchanan, Husker legend. What's up, my man?
Oh man! And in our office this week, we changed our schedule. Now we're first and third week.
Yep. Well, you look like you've upgraded your office from the last few office visits.
Well, this is we're in a different building. We got an all morning leadership meeting in a different building. So I came over early because the meeting starts at 9, so I can go right downstairs into the auditorium. So I already put my book. I already got my information. I already got my seat and everything.
You took your legendary seat like that.
Yeah, I said I want this seat, my back to everything. I want to see everything in front of me.
And I'll take a bowl of green M&Ms, and I'll have 2 Dr. Peppers and a water.
Man, I got to show you my candy stash. I bring candy for like the whole department every time we do.
I wish one day you would do that and like send
for,
us.
And for us.
Yeah, I wish one day you would do that from like your meetings and send me and Shu a picture of his honey buns while you're eating them in a meeting.
Oh yeah. I got it. Oh, it's in my bag. I left that at my desk. Oh, absolutely, man. Hey, I tell you what, man. Hey, I heard y'all talking about the Knicks, man. But I tell you what, San Antonio, man. Those young bucks. Hey, they are fearless. They got size, strength, speed, and they can play both ends and at all levels. I mean, I know we're going to probably talk about that, but Lord.
Well, how much easier is it to be a guard whenever you get to play with an absolute monster on the inside that commands respect? First off, have you ever gotten the opportunity to do that? Secondly, how much easier does that make things?
It makes letter, but even though Rich King was a young center at 7'2", but he still was a rim protector. And well, other than John Starks, and I think I've told that story before. Other than John Starks, he clogged up the middle and made our job a lot easier when a guard, like if Mookie Blaylock got past me, I knew I had Rich Keene down there, creating havoc, and he got better as the years, and he ended up playing himself into a lottery pick. So, yes, and he's only a couple inches shorter than Wemby, 7'2". But of course, Wemby's a freak, man. I mean, the skill set that he has. But man, I know Wemby's been great, but man, have y'all watched Castle, Vassell, Dylan Harper, who we had the opportunity to watch all season last year? Those guys can play, man. And but of course, Knicks is Knicks. Jalen Brunson, he's earned all the accolades he's received up to this point. He's been a stud, no matter how you slice it. But this is the finals, and it's it'll be. I know Knicks haven't won one since 73, and last time they was there 2001 or something like that. Early 2000.
Yep.
Last time they even participated. I think it was San Antonio to beat them, wasn't it?
It was 1999, 26 years ago, the last time the Knicks were in the finals, and it was against the Spurs. I think Spurs won in 5, if I'm not mistaken. I believe in that one. So, but we got a Husker legend, Henry T. Buchanan, hanging out with us. T, let's talk a little Husker hoops. Coach Hoiberg talked yesterday. Here, I want to ask you this question, because you just talk about the size. Like, I know Wemby is a unicorn. Okay, we're not talking about that kind of size, but as I stated earlier, not dogging last year's team, obviously made history. This year, Nebraska is going to run out what I would call finally. Again, we went to the Sweet 16 last year, so I'm not dogging that, but finally ran out a team, and I'm going to give you the sizes that's going to look like a Big Ten basketball team. And I want to ask you the challenges presented when it's at 5 levels, at all 5, when you're going to run out 6'4", 6'7", 6'7", 6'10", 6'11", which that's us projecting the starters without names. But a guy that you're going to write your point guard at 6'4", and 3 guys on the floor that are going to shoot 36% or more or better from 3.
It's funny you say that. That'd be like similar to having Bernard Day and Derek Vick being in our backcourt. One running the point, the other one running as a 2 guard. I think that is this landscape of college basketball across the board. And the ones who are not 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", they are 6'3" and lottery picks. I mean, so that's just the landscape of basketball. And here's the key. Back in the day when I was playing, having a big man was remember Big Country? I mean, Mannings and Greg Drawlings. I mean, the big man dominated the game in a sense. I mean, if you didn't have a good big man, you weren't going to be successful. And nowadays, you got to have not only big men, but they got to have a skill set. Big men in today's basketball is way different than it was when we played. And the difference is that, it's a give and take, because you have Wemby, okay, he's the unicorn, but you still got the Joker. You still have Giannis. You still have these guys, 6'11". You have Kevin Durant, that the ability to put the ball on the floor, shoot the 3, handles, do all the things that traditionally point guards did, or somewhat. As a matter of fact, 2 guards was what a 2 guard was. They were shooters. They weren't your ball handler. They wasn't great passers, but they could shoot the lights out. And then the point guard did all the distributing, all the dishing, and ran the show for for all the teams, and some could shoot and some couldn't. But now every position can do it all. From ball handling, running the offense. You can start the offense with anyone. And last couple of years, we started the offense really with Mass, our center at 6'10". And before him, we had 6'7". Bryce Williams. A lot of times we're starting our offense. The year before last, not this past season. So when you look at our team, we have finally caught up with the other Big Ten teams. We've caught up with the Michigans and the Michigan States, Purdue. And I guarantee you, Purdue is going to have some 7-foot, 300-pound monster, coming next year. But now we have the bodies, not only the bodies and the size, but they all can play, and they have a specific skill set, which they got. Coach Hoiberg is recruiting guys who can shoot, who has a high basketball IQ, who can also pass it, and play physical, because you have to be able to play physical in the Big Ten. So I think he's picked up players that can match up with a lot of teams in the Big Ten. And as you've seen this year, the Big Ten was very successful in the NCAA tournament, including ourselves. So that's just where we're at. And I can't wait to go see these kids work out and play and just, see what we have in comparison, because, you can't help but compare, because you already know what Price is going to bring to the table. Frager, you know what Connor did before he went down. You got Jacobson. And wait a minute. Speaking of last year, did I just read this right? We got a marriage and 3 engagements.
Mm-hmm. There's weird stuff going on.
What's going on? And wait, I didn't want to stop. And we're talking about these guys. I mean, golly. I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong, but what's in the water? And then Jody Fromm was playing pregnant.
Yep.
Congratulations. I mean, but
I think Coach told him, "Hey, listen here, boys. You're gonna do this. Get it out of the way in the off season. We got work to do.
Get that marriage, get that wedding venue booked while you still got that NIL money coming in.
Yeah, because you got to be a hey, was Fred like off the hook?
And wait a minute, YZ, are we YZ kind of shook a little bit. Are you next?
Woo!
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
That is a calculated answer in case the girlfriend is listening.
Oh my gosh.
We'll all find out together.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Welcome into the morning hookup.
Yes, hey man, there's some good stuff, man. But no, I thought I read that, and I'm like, what is going on? And I thought, at first I seen Price, then I seen Kel, and then I seen Sam, and then who's already married?
Trevor Linhart just got married, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. In the last couple, he's married.
One of our new signees.
Yeah,
okay.
point guard.
Okay, I saw that. I just didn't know who it was. So that's that's all right, man. That's a good thing, man, and that'll keep them grounded and keep them focused on because I have to admit, man, I guess not admit, but when you're playing at the university or at any school, man, you kind of attract a lot of fans.
Situations.
Yeah, fans, and so when you take that equation out there, there's less to worry about, and it'd be more focused on basketball, which they did a phenomenal job this past season. So, and now the fans are hungry, for a duplication or even better. So we'll see what's going on coming up this year. But to your question, with the size of 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", 6'10", 6'11", and then we still got New Zealand. Is it from New Zealand? Iceland, yeah.
Leo 7'1".
Yeah, we still got the 7'1" kid that's only improving. So I'm looking forward to see what he brings to the table, getting a little stronger, what have you, and his skill set. And so it's I know it's early, but it's something to be excited about. And speaking of excitement, I don't know if you want to call us. I didn't have to bring this guy's name up right now because it's really it's gonna hijack the meeting for a second, but the show. But I get a text yesterday, a newspaper article.
Oh.
Multiple phone calls, multiple texts about this hole-in-one. Yes, yeah, that
You mean
thing.
that one?
Yeah. Let me be the first to say live, congratulations, Shu. It might have been staged, but I'm not going to say it. I'll go ahead and give him his credit, give him his love, man. Great job. 130 yards with a 9-iron.
I had three questions.
I didn't even know he can hit a 9-iron that far, 130 yards. And then I already commented on this leprechaun outfit. So it's or the Grinch, was it all green or something he had on? I guess money green.
I was gonna ask, if I had the opportunity to talk to Shu, which I might call him later. I had three.
I know. I told him let us call in on the show, but he said he doesn't want to steal the attention from us.
Well, my just was gonna ask him three questions if he had the opportunity to call. It's 402-489-1240. One, it's a newspaper. That man's still getting a newspaper. God bless him. First of all. Two, a 9-iron?
130 yards. Yeah.
You took a little off it, probably.
From the up tees?
You just took a little off of it.
Man.
And you got to keep in mind, it was at Highlands. In Highlands, I've never played Highlands when it wasn't super windy. But
a 9-iron seems like a little boy. He's probably the guy now that's got 6 woods in his bag now. 7, 4, 5, 3.
Uh-oh, we got a phone call coming in.
We got a phone call coming in. 402-489-1240 if you want to get into the show.
Please be Shu.
Hey, listen, I know it's you.
We got to ask, was that a 75% swing with the 9-iron? That's the question. Is it 100% swing?
I'll watch it. This is him.
Bump and run.
I already know it's him. Somebody asked for the number this morning.
Oh, okay.
I told him what time to call. Is it? It's Superman. Superman, what's up?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
I got a couple questions. First of all, do you tip the newspaper person every Christmas? I don't know who gets newspapers anymore. And a 9-iron from 130? Did you hit a little high draw into it? What'd you do to there?
I'm not a braggadocious type individual. Okay? I'm a humble man. Okay? And the attention that I've been receiving for that hole-in-one is greatly appreciated, okay? But I stay grounded and I'm humble. But the smooth little 9-iron, 130 yards into the wind, had to put a little bit of something on it and then hit and then just kept rolling and whoop, right in the hole, But that's my second hole-in-one. But, I'm not being braggadocious or nothing. It was just, a day of golf. That's it. That's it.
See, I don't know where to go.
Oh, I don't even know how to respond to that.
Hey, Thomas, how you doing there, little buddy?
Hey, I was just giving you some love on the show, man. About your great shot, and I told him I wasn't sure if it was staged or not.
Oh, is that we're getting?
Turn the radio down in the background.
Yeah, who's got the radio? Yep. There we go.
Did you hear my question, Shu? Did he hang up?
We might have lost him.
T, you there?
Oh, there you go. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Shu, he's asking you a question. Go ahead, T.
Well, first of all, I just want to let you know I gave you some love on the show. That congratulations, but also, I wasn't. Can you confirm or deny that was it staged or not?
It was not staged. I had to sign a form with 3 witnesses.
Okay. Did you buy the round? Because I know normally you get a hole-in-one. You have to, because I've had 2 myself, buddy, and I remember I had to buy the whole golf shop restaurant around, and but I know if you did, because you're about as cheap as D Vic. And so I know if you did, you were shaking. So did you or did you not?
I know. I remember you got your hole in one at that little putt-putt course. So congratulations. But yeah, I bought a round for everybody. I told them they could have beer or pop. Being responsible. So I dropped about $80 that day. No big deal.
No big deal. But man, that's good stuff though, sure. I'm proud of you. But somebody did make a statement earlier on the show, and I just wanted to get your take on it. How many woods do you have in your golf bag?
I have like 3 hybrids. I have my driver, my 3 wood. I have just purchased a 7 wood. And that's a money club now. Everybody should get a 7 wood.
So we're up to 6. We're up to 6. Somebody said 7.
And I have a hybrid. I have an 8 hybrid.
So you do have 7 woods and a driver.
No. Well, I have a driver and 4 of the woods. The 3, the 7, and an 8 hybrid.
Okay. So technically 5.
I was just yeah. So what's your point, Thomas?
Well, my point is, from what I understand, is that when you golf as much as you do, and you get a little older, and you can't hit your irons as far, so you have to get a bunch of woods to be able to make up for the yardage that you're not able to hit with your irons. And I just wanted to make sure that where you're at, because we are technically the same age, and I'm still.
Hey, with technology, they invented hybrids. Irons can be difficult to hit based on the lie. So sometimes a hybrid comes into play. So one day when you get good at golf, you might want to try a few hybrids, Thomas. It'll do you good there, buddy. And really, seriously, congratulations on your hole-in-ones at that putt-putt course. I think that's at least a start of getting a hole-in-one at a putt-putt course. That's a good job, Thomas.
I was just going to go look on the number 8 hole at Highlands where this hole-in-one occurred to see, what pin, what tee location you were playing and whatnot. And I go and check, and I realized I had a friend request from a year ago on this golf app from one Henry T. Buchanan. Sorry, T, I just got that accepted for you. You're welcome. So I will be tracking how T's golf rounds go here over the summer and let you guys all know.
Is that the 18 birdie?
Yeah, it is.
That's weird. I didn't got that one.
As a matter of fact, Bryce Williams just golfed a couple of days ago. He's 18 birdies, and I don't remember. I don't know how that works, but I watched him golf, and I don't know about his scores. He seems like he must be a pretty good golfer. And so I track a lot of people on there, and then I know Shu tries to track my scores, but you'll see a lot of bogeys and double bogeys on my scorecard. So, which is fine with me. I'm good with that. But I'm about a summer off from just beating Shu on a consistent basis.
Whoa.
Did you tell him that one time when we were in Arizona and you were at the tee box and you swung so hard you missed the ball and you rolled forward?
I remember that being told on this show.
I don't swing hard anymore. I don't swing hard anymore. But Jerry.
Hey buddy.
Or Dwayne, what's your take? And I just, I'm kind of switching gears here. I want to get your take on one thing: the size of college basketball, specifically with Nebraska. They shared with me, we got a potential starting lineup at 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", 6'10", 6'11".
Actually, sorry, T, it's 2 6'7s. If you roll out Price and Prager,
yeah, that's the call. Yeah, okay, 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", 6'7", 6'11". What's your thoughts on that type of size and skill set in today's climate?
I think that's tremendous, especially when you have 2 shooters at 6'7", that will spread the court, and then the post to 6'11" to have a little bit of room to go to work. I think that's an excellent lineup.
Okay, you said something that sticks in my mind, and Shaq talks about it a lot, and a lot of the older NBA players. You said 6'11" go to work. You meaning on the blocks, right? Inside game?
Correct.
Do you feel that is becoming obsolete in today's game?
I really do. Yes. Everything is mid-range to three-point shooting. And I think we haven't had any low post presence in the last few years, so you can throw the ball down to and tell them to go to work and get a bucket. So hopefully that will change this year.
It's going to be an interesting year. Like the size I just said, as we're going to take a quick break here in a minute, but like this will be the first time finally, and I use the word finally. Elijah said I could use that one, that this team is going to roll out and look like a Big Ten basketball team.
Oh, for sure. Totally.
And that's not, and again, that's not knock. We had a historic year last year, right? Phenomenal. I mean, whatever, but to roll out and teams go, wait a minute, that's a 6'4" guard. That's you're 2 and 3 at 6'7", 6'7". And you got 6'10", 6'11", you got 7 foot maybe coming off the bench, and another guy. I mean, you got size and athleticism all around the board now.
Yeah, I agree.
So it'll be interesting. So all right, hey, we got to take a break.
All right,
coming out.
good
Shu, we
talking to you
appreciate
guys.
you, brother, man. Good stuff.
See ya.
T, hang out
All
with
right.
us. We're gonna take our first break. We'll come back with more with Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan.
My guy, Shu.
Oh, I got the same press clipping sent to me.
Oh yeah.
Mine was this morning, I think. I think he sent it.
No, I got it last night from him.
Maybe it was last night. It might have been. I was.
Oh, and I got.
Oh no, I got mine at 12:30 yesterday. Man, what was I doing?
Yeah, and I got a few phone calls. You have to talk about it.
I do love the fact that he said all you could get was pop or beer. Like you can't get a mixed drink.
So you'd have been SOL.
I guess I wouldn't have got one. I didn't think there was a cap on what you could what you could offer.
Yeah. So hey, I'm buying around, guys, but this is all you can get.
See, Shu got off easy, $80. The time of day he plays was a bunch of timers out there hanging out.
Yeah. I think his group is a bunch of old guys.
We'll take the free coffee, Shu. Thanks.
I'm gonna have to go play 9 holes after work and get a score logged so T can see how well I played tonight.
Log it in.
We're friends now, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see it all the time. Are you on 18 birdies, Bill?
I'm not. I think my kid might do that. I'm not sure.
I am on there more for yardages. I am terrible at actually logging my rounds, but I'm gonna start logging my rounds just to show off.
Yeah, I keep my score in there too, wherever I play at.
Question, FedEx, great question. Do any of the morning hookup fellas have a
No. I got real close last summer. I ended up off the green. I bladed a 9-iron on probably 140 yard par 3, and I landed it short, and it was running straight through the green and maybe missed the pin by an inch, and then continued rolling all the way off the back of the green. I doubled.
Well, I have one back in college. I have one. That's it. One. Close a lot, but that's it.
I saved my one Slim Chickens golf ball for all the par 3s. So I hit it on the par 3s if there's no water, just so if I do get that hole in one, I can take a picture with the Slim Chickens ball. I have lost the 2 other balls already that I've gotten, but I got the one for the par 3s.
You got slim. You got Slim Chicken golf balls.
You'll know when you get when you come to town.
I'm still waiting on that hat, so I'll hold my breath.
We should tell this. We should have Schmidt.
I've been waiting on this hat for like 4 years, fellas.
Coming back. Cut his mic. Elijah Dazzle. We should have Schmidt tell the story about his Slim Chickens ball. He was doing some marketing for me in somebody's living room. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, they check in for summer stuff on Sunday.
Really?
Summer stuff, all the medical evaluation, yada yada. I think June 11th is when the officials start.
Well, I'll be there the 18th through the 28th.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Boy, good stuff. Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. Shu calling in, talking a little golf. Good stuff. T, man, I just said to you on the stream, they're logging in some time now. June 7th, this Sunday, all the boys will be checking in. The fellas checking in, medical evaluations. Talk about that time period for you guys when you got that check-in moment, June 11th. Now there's something new. Like usually you get 8 hours of practice a week, and they would give you, they'd say 4 workouts, 4 hours of that, and 4 hours of on court stuff. Now, NCAA is telling you get 8 hours, use them how you want. We said that, or Elijah said, you know what they're going to do? Fred's going to walk in and go, all right, boys, we got 4 weeks, 8 hours a day, 3-point contest, launch it. Just go. What was you guys like for your time during your summer stuff when you got together as a unit?
Well, like I said before, we were working during the summer, but when we weren't working, we would play all over the city. We were just meet. I still got a photo with D. Vick and myself, Eric Johnson, EJ Mini Microwave, and Rodney Curtis. We had just finished playing some pickup ball. Probably at the Devaney after we fought the girls for the court, because you remember we only had the one court, and Danny and Coach Nee and Coach Beck would always argue about time on the court, who gets to the Devaney, and then after the argument they would close it down anyway. Just to buff the floor and redo the floors, and we tried Mabel Lee, and then that's when we just start playing in the community. So we would just find basketball, and then of course we didn't have 8 hours. We didn't have any restraints during the summer. You just worked out as much as you could, and we just spent a lot of times. And we enjoy playing within the city, because you get a chance to play against different people at different levels of talent. And Nebraska is one of the best kept secrets, as far as the level of talent across this state. Just playing at Division II NAIA schools, Division III schools across the state. And just being able to play with those guys. I remember I was just talking to Kip Kissinger, one of the legends. Well, he's not a legend. He is a legend. One of he reffed in the championship game or the Final Four, what have you. Just talked to him this the other day about going up to Wesleyan and playing basketball, pick up ball with those guys. And y'all don't remember, but y'all wouldn't know, but Kip Kissinger was a hell of a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
And had a jump shot out of this world. And DeJuan Coles, who I played against, he played at Creighton, and of course, and played against him in summer leagues. And he was also talking about Kip, jump shot, and guy wouldn't miss, and the range and the quick release and things. So, but you got the opportunity not only to play against those guys, but it was a big deal for them to play against us. And so you just walked around, and then you got the best of everyone. So we weren't running around. Nobody really intimidated, but they always wanted to get on the floor with us. And it just kept our game. It gave us a chance to work on things that we needed to work on. For instance, me, I would just work on, creating for my teammates and how to get the jump shot off and all summer and shooting, because I knew with the team that we had coming back, losing all the seniors that we had, that we lost with Brian Carr and Bernard Day, Bill Jackman, and Newbie going to football, Joe Sealer going to baseball. And so we lost Anthony Bayless. So we lost a lot of talent there. So I knew that offensively that D. Vick and I was going to have to pick up offensively. So we had to work on our game. Reckaway and all of us, even though we had summer jobs, and I wish we did have NIL where you didn't have to work and you just worked on your game. We still worked during the summer. We worked for Lynn Weld but we just, and that just continued. I mean, heck, I didn't stop playing basketball until 8 years ago. I was 58 years old out there playing the leagues out here in Arizona, in one of the top leagues, and until my back finally said it's time for you to retire. So I retired. But it's just the love of the game. And these guys, the facilities that they have, the cafeteria or the training table, the South Stadium where they, nutrition and what they have at their disposal right now, just from a student athlete, not only for basketball, for all sports, we are top of the line when it comes to this type of environment. And like you said, they're here, they sign it up, and you want to be there. And we wanted to be. We didn't leave. I mean, we didn't leave Lincoln during the summers and go back home. You know, we all stayed here and took jobs and hung out with each other and played a lot of ball and did a lot together. And that's why we're close net group as we are now. And but once you get to Lincoln, I was just, and the fans are hungry now. I mean, Coach Hoiberg will set the bar, man, and the expectations is going to be, and they're looking forward to meeting these new players and seeing these new players and being in the community. And it's just a whole new with social media. Man, if we had social media back then,
no, we'd be in trouble.
Oh man, hey, everybody be in trouble. Great times back then, and but it's just good things, man. And I go back to the fans, and I didn't realize this. We broke another record. The softball team, the number one watched Arkansas game was the number one watched world college World Series game. I mean, I don't know. I even my family and some of my friends that I share the show with just talk about, everybody's becoming a Nebraska fan because they hear the excitement on this show and they hear and the success of all of our sports teams, and people are paying attention, and people just come up and talk to you like, I watched that softball game, man. I'm pulling for y'all. I'm from Idaho, but man, I just love your fan support. The baseball team, and the never quit guys, and they're watching it just like we are. Everybody, here in Nebraska with my Husker crew, they're just, hey, where are we watching the games at? And we're not talking football and basketball. We're talking or volleyball. We're talking softball and baseball, and everybody's interest has peaked. So I hope the folks that listen to this show and follow Nebraska sport, which is great too, because we don't have an NFL, we don't have a professional team, so we are the professional team in the state of Nebraska. So, and these coaches we got to have the best coaching staff in all sports, man, overall, than any university in the country when it comes to that. The recruiting, the ability to coach and be successful each and every year. Man, I can't quit talking about it, and every chance I get, when I put my book down there and I told him, hey, this guy was setting things up, one of our managers, he said, hey, I said, could you, are you going to have name tags? Because I just need to put my bag somewhere. He said, wherever you put your bag, I'll put your name tag. And I said, yeah. He said, what you got going on? I said, I got this radio show. And I said, yeah. And I said, yeah. And I said, yeah, I went to Nebraska, so I can see the shirt. I'm glad it's not Buckeyes, and, and that, I mean, I don't, it just, just talking about it. I'm sure when the meeting start, I know they're going to call me out, at least because he's one of the guys that's leading the meeting. I'll be happy to stand up and talk about the Cornhuskers.
Well, T, man, it's a great time to be a Husker fan as always, and it's always a great time to have you on as well, my friend.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure. So we appreciate you so much. Go to that meeting, right? Represent like you always do.
Oh, absolutely.
And we can't wait to catch up with you when you're back in town for sure. And also next week.
I'm back in town on the 18th, but I think that's on the Thursday, so I'll have to still do the show virtually, but I'll be in studio the following week.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, we can't wait for it, T, man. We appreciate you, brother.
All right, fellas. Thanks for having me, and send me the link, fellas.
I got you. And I'll be tracking you this summer to see when you hit that next hole in one.
You'll be tracking me this weekend.
Got you.
This weekend. All right, fellas. Y'all take care.
Appreciate you, T.
Yeah.
Boy, good stuff from a Husker legend right there. Let's take our final break, come back with stories that we missed.
Good stuff. Let's check out Henry T's profile here.
Let's see what he's got scores.
Played 38 rounds at 13 different courses.
T. Well, that's easy in Arizona, by the way.
He shot a 92 at Dobson Ranch most recently. That was on May 31st.
Sunday. I think he goes Sunday or Saturday mornings.
He plays a lot of Dobson Ranch and a lot of Dobson Ranch. Wow. A lot of Dobson Ranch.
That's where his group plays.
Here's Talking Rock Golf Club. Shot a 100.
All right.
Plays 9 holes, a decent amount. Respect. There's Lone Tree Golf Club, no score.
That must be the one where he swung and missed. He walked off.
4 pars and 3 birdies at Dobson Ranch a couple months ago.
Jeez, T.
What's his best score on here?
What's your best score, bro? 92?
No, there's one here at Arizona Grand Golf Club where he shot a 1 under par, but he only logged 1 hole. He logged his 1 birdie of the round. Respect.
To look up what is on the gin. See if I can bring him up. Because if he's logged, I wonder if he's logged him on the gin though.
It's funny. I was looking through my friend requests, and there were some ones in there that I was like, oh. Sure, Danny Burke, huh? 148 rounds played, an average score of 89.
Jeez. Buchanan, Arizona. Let's see if he pops up.
Look, so you got to get this this app. I want to see your scores. I got to start logging mine so everyone can see mine. Be disappointed.
I just logged mine. You can go look at him. It's in the Gin app.
Gin?
The Gin. That's where you officially log your stuff to get a.
Oh, the USAG. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
USGA Gin.
I don't need official handicap. This thing estimates your handicap.
That's where I log it at.
It estimates your handicap for free.
That's where mine gets logged at.
Hooksy wants to pay to get his handicap.
No, it's like $25.
This one's free
for the year. And everything gets logged. Everything gets logged.
16.4. I think I am officially listed. I don't think I have enough apps or enough rounds.
20. You need 20.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough, but it has me listed as a 31. I can get lower than that.
Be a hell of a scramble partner.
I hit 1 good shot per hole.
That's all right. That's all I need. Get your scramble on.
I'm a decent scramble partner.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. Special thanks here to Husker legend Henry Chew Buchanan. As always on a hump day, hanging out with us, talking hoops, golf, and a whole lot more. Well, it must be Bears fans must be feeling pretty cool these days after the announcement. The Madden NFL 27 cover is revealed. Caleb Williams becomes the first Bear ever on the cover. You must be feeling pretty cool, Bears fans.
Is that a good thing, though?
I don't know.
The Madden curse.
Well, here's the real question.
His pose is pretty cool.
What's he going to have painted on his nails whenever he does his photo shoot? Remember, I will say, and people said he couldn't be an NFL quarterback because he painted his nails. That was the most ridiculous sports discourse. I pushed back on it at the time. I'm like, listen,
why are we?
This is not the NFL of the late 80s and the early 1990s anymore. If you can play, you're fine. Like, no one in that locker room is going to care if you can go deliver a dart 60 yards downfield, and he can do that. He is fine with respect to his locker room. No, he cries after he loses. Sorry, he cares. Yeah, I remember that being the most ridiculous discourse ever.
Done. It's done.
I am not surprised at all to see the success Caleb Williams has had once you give him a competent head coach. So good for him. I thought whenever you talk to Bears, you're going to mention the fact that they seem to be finalizing a land plot in Hammond, Indiana for their new stadium. Some people have gone out to the site. It is just like an open park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but it does appear that the Bears have moved one step closer because they got shot down by, was it Arlington Heights? I believe Arlington Heights shot them down recently, so it appears more and more likely that their next stadium, should they move from Soldier Field, would be in Hammond, Indiana.
Yikes.
Which, if you're wondering, it's not Gary, but it's close.
Hey, what's more embarrassing? You got beat by the Rockies 8-2, or you venture to where Jose Canseco went before.
Oh yeah, Joe Adell.
Joe Adell took one off the noggin last night for a home run. Now he's robbed. He's known to be robbing home runs. I think he's got 3 this year that he's robbed, but took one off the noggin in an 8-2 loss to the Rockies.
And no one on the field saw that. The fact that, like, was it Goodman? He thought it was a nice double. He strolls into second base. He's all excited. He learns that, it's a home run.
Oh, that's me. Jose's was way worse though, by the way.
Because this one tips off the glove and then goes on to the head.
Jose's was straight off the dome, bro. Straight off the dome.
I mean, the Angels are bad, man.
Sticking in the NFL, did you guys talk Myles Garrett trade yesterday?
We did
yesterday.
Now, I doubt this happens, but the pursuit or possible return of Aaron Donald, what would a defensive line look like with Aaron Donald coming out of retirement with Myles Garrett?
Listen, I will say, I don't believe Aaron Donald is actually coming back. I don't either. I think this is partly like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to get attention. There's one part of his quote. So he texted this to Jordan Schultz, reporter for the NFL, and the quote was, when asked if he'd consider the idea of returning, "I'm for sure flirting with the idea. Hell of an opportunity with the Super Bowl in SoFi this year." Here's the important quote: "If I can find the fire, it's a possibility."
Yeah.
If you have to find the fire, you're not coming back.
You're not coming back. If you got to search for the fire, it's burnt out.
If you wanted to come back, the desire would be there. It wouldn't be, if I find the will to do it.
You know what he said? I got to talk to my wife. You gonna let me have the fire, baby? Or not?
See, when I see, I'm for sure flirting with the idea. It's a guy that, hey, doesn't mind the attention being on him, and the idea is intriguing, but he knows deep down he doesn't actually want to do it. That's how that responds. Like, man, the idea of going and playing on that team would be fun, but the actual reality of going and playing a 17-game regular season with 4 more potential postseason games, that's how I'm reading that quote. That sounds like a lot.
Speaking of losing the fire, there's a major upset out at Roland Garros again. The number 1 seed, Aryna Sabalenka. Boy, what a meltdown she had today. She had a 2-break lead against number 25. Ended up losing the 2-break lead in all 6 games in the third to be eliminated at Roland Garros. Incredible.
In local news, legendary Husker softball coach Lori Sipple, and player, one of the best pitchers in NCAA history.
Jersey retired?
Now 37 years as a coach for the Husker softball team, has announced she'll be retiring. I mean, just what can you say about her career? 2-time All-American in the circle for Nebraska, first Husker to have her jersey retired, but then produced more all-region pitchers than any other coach in the Midwest. Produced 4 All-American pitchers, helped produce 2 Olympians in the circle. Just a legend. She'll be retiring. A lot of people yesterday asking, well, does this mean this opens the path for Jordy to come and be a coach? Yes, maybe not in the way that you think. They have Olivia Farrell, former Husker pitcher, on staff. I think that would kind of naturally step into that role first, but does that open a spot on the bench for Jordy Frum? We shall see. And we don't know what Jordy wants to do with her career either. She's got an Olympic future in front of her, I believe, once she makes it through pregnancy and childbirth. And
I think there's a different level right now that she's embarking on a different journey. Right now, who knows? We might see her pitching somewhere else at about the eighth month of pregnancy. At that point, we have no idea with a legend that she's created and a legacy out there as well. Coming up, tomorrow. How about Brian Munson coming? We got a big time talk with Munson tomorrow. We got a visitor. Maybe we're trying to flip coming to town.
It's a good day to get Munson. It was a bummer to not have him yesterday, but
I tell you what, there's a lot. He just gave us more and more to talk with Brian about. Be a lot of Trey Taylor talk. Tomorrow will be NBA. Game 1 will be through. See what happens there. A whole lot more, man. There's a lot going on.
Tomorrow also my final show.
He's out.
After the show, I got a few other orders of business to get knocked out around here, and then I am off to Okoboji. To go stay in a house with 20 other people.
When two parties collide at once.
Should be fun, though.
I hope so for you.
We've been told to channel our inner Jimmy Buffett.
Oh. Margaritas?
Wasting away again in Margaritaville.
I'm down. You guys are awesome. Thanks for again. Happy birthday, Todd. Thanks for hanging out with us. You guys are awesome. Have a great hump day. We'll catch you on a Thursday.